Welcome back for this game 2 of Infamous versus Lava. We spoke a little bit about what went wrong for Infamous last game and what they should do this time, but let's talk about Lava. They're going to be looking here for a 2-0 victory. Duster, if you were drafting for them, what sort of stuff would you aim to do? Is it going to be more of the same, or do you think they'll switch it up?
For Lava, I think they can keep it up. They had a very structured, very balanced draft. Like, they have everything they need: siege damage, kill potential. They can even split push everything. Like, it was a very solid draft, and very surprising actually, because I personally think they're very unstable with their drafts. As we pointed out before, they keep changing who is gonna draft and etc. So I'm very happy to see them with something structured.
Is that a good sign for you in terms of the recovery of the team, that they're getting back in their winning ways if their drafts are looking a little bit more stable? Obviously, it's a sample of one, but from the rest of the games you've watched from them, does it feel like they're again on the right road?
Yeah, for sure. I feel like the major they played, even they understood the meta pretty well, and they were drafting amazingly. So if they can do it again, it's going to be a scary team.
Do you agree, Lennis?
Yeah, I think last game's draft was pretty good. I think they just outdrafted them really hard. It's pretty hard for Infamous to win that game, and I would like them to do it again.
It felt like last game both teams were going for a pretty similar, we spoke about this, quite a similar approach, and it felt maybe like that outdraft was the result of Infamous not having the same options as Lava. It felt like they were on the short end of the straw. Might they try and shift their strategy a little bit in order to make sure that doesn't happen again?
Yeah, I think they for sure need to at least adjust this only being able to kill enemy heroes thing. They need to be able to take over areas of the map and hit buildings and be able to not rely the game on this Roche. If they don't get the Roche, they just lose, kind of with Ursa. I don't think you want to do that again. Maybe just play a more stable lineup where you can actually trade farm and feel okay, but not like Tiny just getting ahead and ahead and ahead. Just have something a little bit more stable.
Do you like drafting around an objective? Because it sometimes feels there are certain teams that like to have that idea of, we need to get Roche, we need to get the tier 1 mid tower and the tier 2 mid tower quite quickly in order to win this game. Whereas there's certain teams who like to draft in a more open fashion. Personally, do you not enjoy one of those, or are you open to either?
I mean, ideally in your draft, you have some sort of tower push, because it's the way you win the game, right? You need to make certain moves, take certain towers, take over the map to actually be able to win the game and control certain areas. And you also have Roche damage, because Roche kind of just gives you the Aegis so you can go high ground. But not always you get these things, because the draft changes a lot and meta heroes come and go, so you have to adapt to what's happening. But ideally, you have all these things in your draft. Like, you don't want to go into draft without Roche damage, tower damage, and you can only kill people. Then you're just going to be at a disadvantage, right? It's not good.
If you get drafted into a corner, do you often find that you can, in your experience as a player, still win if you're lacking one of those, or does it really limit your options?
You can win. The percentage of winning is just lower, and it just makes the game harder. So you're going to have to do even more with the little you have.
Let's talk a little bit about the team's mentalities while we wait for the draft to kick off. Duster, from your knowledge of Infamous, are they a team that are easily ready to pick themselves up?
Yeah, I believe so. Asel has been on the scene for so much. He's such an experienced captain, and if I'm not mistaken, even he wasn't the first team that played a major. He was on this unknown team back in 2016 or something. But anyway, he's just a very experienced guy, and he should be able to calm down his team a bit and focus on the next game.
Do you find, because you work as a captain yourself, when you're on a game 1 loss after this, is it difficult to pick up a team, or are Dota players generally relatively able to reset?
It's incredibly hard. Like, you finish a game, people are already talking about, oh, that team fight, we could have done something different, or your build sucks, or or Roche was awful. Like, you gotta take 5 minutes a break and just reset, not come up with replays and stuff right away. It happens frequently, even on my current team. Even we try to stop when it happens, but you have your head set on the game you just lost. You want to talk about why, of course, but it's not the best option.
Is it a case of completely forgetting about it, or do you sometimes need to take that? Because when on a panel, we'll often talk about the lessons from the game 1 going into game 2 and what can the team learn, how can they adapt. When you're actually in that situation playing, is it almost about forgetting those lessons and then just falling back on the basics, or do you always have to keep in mind game one going into game two?
You can learn a few lessons, like be a bit more straight, like, oh, maybe we need to play more aggressive, or maybe we need to change this on draft. It's just not very productive when you open your replay, you grab your core and say, dude, you built super bad. This rush fight was awful because of this, and, you know. But you always have a few lessons to learn, but they need to be more simple. You need to simplify what you need to learn for the next game, I think.
Is that your experience too, Lalis?
Yeah, I mean, ideally, you don't want to take too much things from a game, because at the end of the day, it's just a game. Maybe some things went well, some things didn't. There's not enough time to look at the replay and talk about all these things. So you kind of just want to take a small thing out of the game and then just reset and play the next game. And after the series, when you have enough time, you can talk about everything. And then you can, I don't know, some people flame each other and stuff. Then that's the appropriate time.
Perfectly timed. We've got a draft coming up right now with no picks yet, but we've got early picks and bans. Duster, talk me through what sort of stuff you'd expect to see first banned here. Are there any respect bans that are likely to always come out? That Phoenix, for example.
I'm really surprised Tiny gets ignored on this region or this recent games. I feel like people should give more value to him. And also this Mars, it's a bigger ban on South America. Now they ban. I think they don't want to give Infamous the chance to play this Mars, which is pretty smart.
Is it just too much of a easy hero to build a strategy around, or too strong in its laning?
Perfect South America hero. You know, you fight all the time. You have this big AoE ult, which has relative low cooldown compared to the others' ultimates. So you're constantly fighting, and you provide your item build. It can change from game to game a lot. Sometimes you can get Desolator. Sometimes you can just go Blink and be more of a Blink stun. You know, you can do so much with the hero, and it just fits our personality a lot.
We've got the Death Prophet banned out on Infamous. On that Tiny, why do you think it doesn't get banned? Because obviously everyone knows Tiny's a really strong hero. We just saw it not necessarily dominate a game, but do very well in a game. Why do you think sometimes it can slip through the net?
It seems like people are more afraid of other heroes. And these Peruvian teams, they know each other so well. So they, for example, this Phoenix, I don't remind Lava picking Phoenix that much. So it looks something like from scrims or just personal knowledge they know from each other.
Anything jumping out from you from these early bans, Lalis?
It is a pretty weird Phoenix ban, honestly. Like, I'm not sure why they banned this hero. When I think about Phoenix, I think about Tiny a lot. That hero is good against Tiny, but they banned the Phoenix and they didn't take the Tiny. Maybe they want to take the Tiny on 8 here. But I'm not sure. I'm not sure if this first phase Tiny, when you auto put it on carry, is good, because it's going to get counterpicked in lane and as a carry matchup. And I'm not exactly sure how good that hero is when he's counter like this. I don't think he's like the TI Tiny. That TI Tiny was just insane. This Tiny is a lot more nerfed.
Yeah. Well, talk about the Snapfire as well. Is that we saw it quite a lot in the previous series, but is that an Infamous special? Are they often putting that out? Is it a flex pick for them, for example?
I don't think it's a flex. I think this. I mean, sure, it's a flex between 4 and 5, but I don't think Oscar is gonna play this hero offlane. He has played it offlane. Like in my pubs, I've played with him playing it offlane, but I feel like Oscar always goes back to Tide and Mars and Timber. He always plays like the strength offlane hero.
Well, he's probably going to do the Tide then, because Mars and Timber are banned. We've got the Scent up on Lava, and then the Rubik as well. Rubik's a strange first 2 pick. Why do you think they'll be picking that up at this stage?
This opener is a classic opener. It's been the Centaur Rubik. They just lane together, solid lane, decent lane. I don't think it's that strong as it used to be. I also don't really see why pick Rubik this early. I don't think this hero is this caliber of a hero that he can just play against anything and he can just do fine, because he depends a lot on what he's playing against, what spells he can steal. But maybe they just think it's a good enough lane to just pick it blind like this, and they can play against anything.
Is it the sort of lane that you'd ban? So they say they want to pick the... I mean, it's a relatively unusual first 2 pick, but if you pick the Centaur, would the Rubik automatically get banned?
Not really. What will get banned, you mean?
The Rubik, if you pick the Centaur.
Not really. I don't think it's some crazy combo thing.
Fair enough. Then the Kunkka up on Infamous. Talk to me about what Snapfire and Kunkka are going to do for Infamous so far, Duster.
The Snapfire, I agree with Lennis. I don't think it's a flex. If they do, I think it's going to be very out of their comfort zone. And it can happen because Lava seems like they target Oscar so much. They banned 2 of his best hero and picked the 3rd. He used to play a lot the Centaur also. So I'm not sure what he's gonna play this game actually. He might be this Snapfire. But I think Lava is pretty happy with this result to push him out of his comfort zone. And this Kunkka 8 pick is something not very unusual. It's just a lanes well against anything. So you don't really care about the matchup mid anyway. Your Kunkka is gonna farm, is gonna get an early BKB, and you're gonna fight.
In terms of what's remaining from Oscar's hero pool, he's still got the Sand King there. The ban the Tide. I imagine they might ban that Sand King. And he's also played a bit of DK and Omni Knight and Slardar. I don't know, are either of those likely to come out here?
10 seconds remaining.
Not really. Like maybe Slardar is something very cheesy as a last pick that you can do against Lifestealer or something, but not your stable Oscar hero for sure.
Before banning out the Bat Rider there. What do you think Lava are going to build on this foundation of the Centaur Rubik, Lelis?
I'm not entirely sure. They're gonna have to pick something out of the phase here, which they might just pick their mid. Because Infamous showed Kunkka. Maybe this Kunkka goes carry. They're just banning heroes that are good against Kunkka mid though. They're banning the Storm and the Bat Rider, so it's most likely going mid. I think Lava should pick their mid on this slot, so they can actually counterpick another lane and do well. They can, ideally, they counterpick 2 lanes, so they counterpick mid and they counterpick the carry lane, and the Centaur Rubik like draws the lane. That's like their draft plan for the moment.
What do you like against the Kunkka then?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure exactly what Leal style would want. I can see the Lesh being fine. Like this matchup is not that bad for Lesh. I wouldn't say it's he wins the lane mega hard, but Lesh he's just been playing a lot of it. Maybe a Spirit Hero too would be fun.
10 seconds.
I think he looked very good in the Lesh last game, and it certainly does work here. Banning out the Necrophos, though. We're not seeing that all day. Bit of an unusual one. What do you think the logic is there? Is just that it's very good against the Kunkka? And the Snapfire, I suppose.
It's just a Kunkka counter in lane. The hero just feels really bad to play against if you're Kunkka, because then you can just follow the Kunkka with the Necro. If he goes mid, you just go mid. If he goes carry, you just go offline with it. It's pretty good to counterpick to the hero.
Radiant team pick.
Fair enough. Beastmaster going out. Stuck around in the draft for much longer. Really cutting that off-lane possible list of heroes down to a bare minimum. The Sand King's still there, so we might see that picked up. Are there any other options other than Sand King for you, Duster?
The issue with Sand King, you're gonna pick into Rubik, so you're gonna give Rubik, which is not a strong hero, a good game.
That's true. You have beaten me there. That's definitely right.
So I'm not really sure. Honestly, I think Lava is just laughing right now. They're gonna be surprised with whatever Oscar's gonna pick.
You never know. The Snapfire's not bad. I like this Undying as well. Especially against the 2 strength heroes I've got so far.
5 seconds remaining.
Kill Tombstone really fast.
We saw that earlier in the Beast Coast series though, and they didn't seem to mind it too much.
Yeah, that's true. I know that people have been picking this Snapfire into the Undying, but I never saw the opposite like this. It's kind of weird, but yeah, it can work for sure.
We're going to see what Infamous are going to be picking up. What do you see any other logic for the Undying there? Why do you think it might be picked up here, even against the Snapfire? Is it just anti-Kunkka?
Anti-Kunkka, and again, is this position 5 that's going to win the lane, and you can go a greedy carry, and you're going to have a decent lane. You don't really mind much.
Spirit and Viper. Surely that's an offlane Viper, not a mid. Leaving Kunkka in the mid. Would you agree, Duster?
Yeah, this Viper Spirits can actually trash Undying on lane. It's rough, especially if you lose lane as an Undying, you already have a rough game.
It's a very quick pick. Is that something that they're definitely going to be certain on? You see Undying, you pick Viper, or might they have had Viper in mind all along?
They had this Viper on their minds since most of the heroes are banned. But I can see being like a great idea against this Undying. Maybe they thought before already that Lava was going to go for Undying, and this was the answer they could come up with.
With those 4 picks, what sort of closer do they need here? They're looking for a carry. What closes it off for you?
I would like to see some siege damage for them. A more heavy carry. I didn't like Ursa last game. I think they need to go back to their roots and pick something that Lumiere can actually 1v9. Because in my opinion, he's one of the best carries in SC right now. He's doing incredibly well. Every time I see him, it's so annoying to play against. So
What does he
really
do
expect
particularly
him,
well, out of interest?
Yeah, I really expect him to be on a very strong heavy carry here.
So a Terrorblade maybe, or they're still the Tiny in the pool. That's kind of slipped all the way through.
10 seconds remaining.
Yeah, TB is a bit weird against Ember, but it could work for sure.
How do you guys feel about this Ember pick?
I like the Ember pick. I think Snapfire deals really poorly with this hero, especially if it's a 5. Kunkka also is not really a response to Ember. Like, sure, the lane is good, but later in the game, you can't really kill him ever. It's super hard to get on top of him. It's not amazing against Earth Spirit, but it's also pretty good against Viper in a way that you can chain him, keep him at bay.
Certainly trick. And what do you think Lava need to... Both, again, we're in a situation where both teams are probably looking for a carry here. Are they looking for a similar carry, or are Lava looking for something else?
I think Lava wants... Ideally, they want a range hero to play this lane, like Undying with the range hero. Or they might just pick a hero that has a Dispel. They might just pick Lifestealer or Jug or something to lane against Viper. Jug is kind of rough, even if he has spin, because they don't really have like a slow in lane. You can't just drop to him and spin on the guy. I mean, you can, but it's not ideal. Maybe even Slark. Slark is rough against Viper. It's not very good. I would say one of those, and Infamous, they also just need tower damage. They don't have it. The thing about this Snapfire hero is that, sure, they picked it, and it's a quote-unquote flex, right, for a 4 and 5, but this hero on 5 is just not that strong of a laner. And now this carry has to lane with the Snapfire, so it doesn't really feel that happy, even though he's a last pick, right? They're gonna last pick this hero, and you're gonna be like, man, this hero's gonna destroy the game. But then he has such a poor lane, because the Snapfire hero is just not very good in lane. And then he's just a little bit sad. So let's see what they pick. I would like them to pick something that's strong in lane against Centaur.
Yeah, are you scared of going up against that Centaur Rubik lane? Or is it like not a big issue, or is it something that you're going, I need a carry who can survive in the jungle, who can duck out of the lane?
I mean, you for sure can't just pick whatever you want. Like, if they pick PL here, for example, I think they're just get absolutely crushed in lane. Like, they'll get destroyed. But they banned it themselves. It's just not gonna happen. But you can't just ignore and just say you can pick whatever. You have to address the lane for sure.
Any thoughts, Duster, on what's coming up last here for me, the team?
Best laner I can think of would be the Lifestealer.
He does play
if they want to go for this route. Yeah, he does play it. And would be a bit nice with Snapfire with the minus damage, a melee hero to do the front for Snap and etc. He would be the best laner for sure.
And you know that Medusa though, that's that hyper carry and a lot of building damage. Do you like that?
Yeah, I like it. Now they have like a clear condition of win, and they don't have to worry about playing fast or any timings or like playing a clock in general. They can just chill, farm, get really big, and have faith in Duza.
It feels like a lot of pressure on her though. Is obviously you've mentioned he's a great carry and he's up to the pressure, but does it feel like everything rests on this Medusa's shoulder?
No, they have great teamfight heroes. Like this Earth Spirit can do so much in this game. He can definitely carry a lot of fights, and this Viper can just be the biggest annoying hero in the whole game. So he can actually create a lot of chaos for Duza to farm, and they can actually carry her for the first 30 minutes and let her just hit buildings a bit.
Okay, let's talk us through that Terrorblade last pick on Lava then.
Terrorblade, he's very good against Viper in the game. Not that good in the lane, but Illusion Heroes are usually very good against Viper. Terrorblade is one of them. He buys Scotty. Viper can't really fight him later on when he gets like 2 items. And he's a hero that can just go jungle, right, in the Viper lane. So he doesn't really care about the Viper that much. He might have 1 or 2 deaths in lane, but then he's just going to jungle and chill. It's also a decent matchup against Medusa. I wouldn't say Medusa is favored or Terrorblade is favored in that matchup. I think it's kind of a 50-50. But it's a hero that he doesn't feel like a Luna, for example. That's just getting outscaled. And you just feel bad. With Terrorblade, you can just play the game and just keep on playing, even though you're a little bit behind.
Again, are both teams here looking for something similar? Are they looking to farm up their carries and just ride out the mid game, or has any team got a particular objective in mind here?
I mean, I would say that Infamous kind of want to win their offlane really hard because they have this Viper hero, which can be a liability if they do pretty poorly in lane. So I think Infamous has a little bit more pressure to actually do well in lanes, or else I think Lava will just get away with the game pretty easily.
Do you agree, Duster?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Lava again. I think they have an easier game to play. I really like this TBP because Lelis pointed out it's really nice against the Viper. You go jungle early on, this Undyne can get the lane, grab a lot of XP, which is amazing for Undyne. I love when my cores do that, just leave me the lane. So yeah, I think they have a bit of a pressure on this Viper to do a lot in the early game.
Okay, well, a lot of pressure on this Viper's shoulders to take us to a game 3. But Lava, with their Ember, are going to burn red hot, and we're going to burn red hot with our red hot casters. It's Gary and Lacoste.
Red hot indeed. I mean, yeah, it's 2 a.m. Medusa against TB. Lacoste, are you ready for this?
I don't know if I'm ready, but my body is ready. I woke up, my boy Gary, at 2 p.m. because I'm on the North American schedule, so I don't care if this goes late. You know, I'm ready for Medusa against the TB possible 60+ minute game. Looking at these look at these 2 drafts. Panel talked about Earth Spirit plus Viper. This is their killer lane, playing into TB. Early on, he has no region whatsoever, just pure stats. Undying will take care of that. Let me see what Earth Spirit started with. Okay, he started with Boots of Speed. You don't buy Orb of Venom in this matchup against a Reflection, just ruins your hero. So he probably wants to be able to hold the second wave as well. Other heroes, I've seen Terrorblade pre-BKB be a victim of Kunkka's combo, X-Mark into Ghost Ship Torrent, and also the long distance Mortimer's Kisses on top of that. So you got to be very careful. There is no save whatsoever. They will have save a bit later on, you know, when Soul Rip is there, Rubik possibly like upgraded telekinesis later on. Centaur, Frank the tank on the offlane. I've seen this hero just be either a hit or miss most of the time from what I've seen. Just doesn't feel as good. It's just not a lane dominator anymore. You get your farm, but a lot of the times this hero just feels a bit underwhelming. And I like this. I like this a lot. Kim on bottom, they want to get the first blood on Viper.
Yeah, try and get rid of any pressure that would come from this Oscar Viper. Tombstone level 1, they've got the body blocks from Kim to allow Kataro to take it, and a courier kill on top of it all.
Woo, great start.
That sets them up.
Excellent start for Lava. They even give Terrorblade the last hit, starting with the Tombstone. Like Tombstone plus Reflection, it's a lot of slow level 1. And on the top lane, Frank didn't get any CS, getting zoned out, but he pulled a wave back. He got some solo XP, and now Rubik comes.
Yeah, here comes Kim. So bottom, we did see, like you said, Slardin just dragging wave around, but looks like Kataro and Cat U.
Say it, Gary.
Maneuver that
say
dire
what
wave.
you always say.
The 4th lane of
Fourth
Dota 2
lane,
appearing before our very eyes. Courier
Welcome
snipe
to
from
Dota 2.
Slardin. TB's gloves. Down they go. But yeah, Viper is halfway through level 1 as Lumiere dies to Kim and Frank up at top. The Rubik Centaur. A hit 2 on Centaur. It's just a Centaur stomp. And a telekinesis.
Start with telekinesis. I have not seen Rubik start with this spell for a really long time. But they got the kill. I guess I wasn't paying attention. I didn't think Medusa can die, especially to Centaur Rubik lane. Unfortunately, Snapfire was not level 2, so there was no cookie. He even gets a point in Little Shredder.
Yeah, it's the facts. Like, Medusa's still level 1, right? That wave dragging by Frank, and then Kim coming a little bit later meant Centaur was 2, and Snap Medusa
He was
still
2,
1.
but didn't get any points, so he basically killed him with the hoof stomp.
No points yet. So what's he got? He's got, Courier at the secret shop, so he'll have that Ring of Health in a couple hundred gold, and then sustain himself perfectly in that lane.
Oh, bottom lane
Another
again.
lift into Stomp.
Oscar's gonna die. Good body blocks.
Snapfire's dying top, Slad and Oscar dying bottom, you're right. All across the map we're seeing these dire heroes falling, and it's a 4-0 start for Lava.
Excellent start.
This was meant to be a...
Whew, man, they enabled this TB so much. This is insane. And also, this was not supposed to be the killer lane. They dropped the Tombstone. They overextend on side of Infamous, and yeah, this is full power treads for Terrorblade.
Who needs Metamorphosis when you've got Reflection?
Pretty much.
Yeah, this was meant to be a noisy, aggressive laning stage for Infamous, it felt like, coming out of that draft with Viper, with Kunkka, Earth Spirit, the ability to get on top of people, cause chaos. But the starting tri-lane from Lava, the maneuver up to top to kill Medusa, everything's going their way in the side lanes. How's mid?
Oh,
They're still doing fine?
Sorry, Gary, it's not just the power treads, it's power treads and Band of Elven Skin.
Oh, wow. Oh, he is big.
Yeah, look at the net worth. If we can switch the net worth, 2.3k. Wow.
He's going to be a monster. So that talk of him maybe having to go jungle early, out the window, he can just stay lane for now.
Someone's going to need to go to jungle, and it's not going to be my boy Terrorblade in this one.
Oh, it's not. So yeah, Leo style against Alone. Ember against Kunkka, 2 melees. Farming and trading. Nobody really getting the upper hand. Alone. Maybe now relinquishing control as Kim comes in looking for the telekinesis. He can just fade bolt him and he dies. Just need the vision. Give me the vision. The Slider Fist will do it. Now the fade bolt and Sladin is moved across. Leo Style does have another chains, but he doesn't want to spend it.
6 heroes mid. 3-5 minutes. I love it. This was big. I thought he was going to KS immediately with the Fate Bolt, but decided to give him the kill. So bottom lane, Terrorblade getting a lot of levels. That's what they want. Take off some pressure out of TB, even though the lane didn't even start well for Infamous. And he's getting a lot of solo XP. About to hit level 5. If he ever feels threatened, he can go to jungle. Meta still not up. Might need to be a bit careful right now. Earth Spirit is level 3, 2 points in Bolter Smash, a lot of slow. There's no Soul Rip yet on Undying. It's 2 point in Tombstone. And they really want to kill people in this lane.
I mean, top lane, they're trying to kill the Medusa. Mana Shield this time around, though, with six stick charges. Allow her to slither away back to her tower. But it is really an uncomfortable situation across the board here for Infamous. Undying and Rubik given free reign to move from lane to lane because their cores are so strong that just standing their ground. Top tier 1 taking a bit of damage here from the catapult wave. Frank with the level 3 in Retaliate. Able to clear through waves and obviously tank these hits from Medusa.
Yeah, very hard to zone out. His CS is not the greatest, 23 right now, but he's getting the levels. He's gonna get that Vanguard. Gonna be very hard to kill. I mean, they can kill him, don't get me wrong. They have a lot of slows. They have Viper on top of it, so even Kunkka, if he rotates, Centaur still dies. But I'm mostly looking at this bottom lane. They completely shut down Viper, not necessarily in terms of CS, but what he wanted to do in the lane. Put some pressure on Terrorblade, which never happened. This Terrorblade is 2-0 and has a ton of farm.
Yeah, they have neutered this Viper completely. And now another Tombstone Reflection. The roll doesn't get blocked, but Kataro is going to pop the meta and still move forward. Oscar killed off the zombie. So now it's Katara getting chased back, and a rotation from Alone.
Even pop a Stampede, just in case. And also get on... Okay, then never mind. Nothing was happening. I thought they were making like a... Yeah, I thought they were getting a move on Medusa as well on top of that. A lot of stacks. Ember plus Centaur, they can clear the stacks. Even Centaur plus Rubik. Retaliate, and here we go. And they're gonna go for it.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much, Dire Team, for all of this lovely money.
Kunkka is like, leave this alone. This is for me. Or Medusa. I think he would clear the earlier ones because he comes online a bit faster. And they will clear those stacks. They will be a bit low on HP.
Oh, man.
And they even brought Leo style. Okay, a lot of good moves so far from Lava.
Yeah, there's still a medium camp there, but Frank has baited Axel in. Katara kills off Oscar elsewhere. Alone has rotated up here, but it looks like all they'll get is a Rubik. The rest of Lava extricating themselves from the situation as quickly as possible. But that left the Viper alone bottom, so again, we've just got this TB Undying chasing him down.
Terrorplate's about to be level 7. Dragonlance treads Ring of Bassi. I mean, he can be in the jungle. If he doesn't feel like coming to the lane, he can just be in the jungle, which I think is the correct choice. Unless they have another tombstone and they want to go for the kill with meta.
Just gotta find a target. Who you see is who you kill. Well, Axel still trying to stack some camps and build up a bit of bank for the Medusa. Well, it doesn't look like Lumiere wants to give up on his lane anytime soon, though. So we've got Vanguard Centaur holding out top. Leostal and Kim both coming up with the smoke. Medusa out in the open. Does get back to her tier 1. Slight misses.
Stampede is ready.
And they'll get on top of her. No stone gaze. Turns on the split shot, gets cookied across. Leostal, Frank dropping low quickly, but they sleight of fist with that damage. Looking good on the Medusa, so they'll stampede on her. Pops her 1, but the 2-man stomp, it comes on in. And Lumiere drops. Slardin and Affliction both dying as well. Leostal comes with a triple kill. Alone's killed off the Undying back in the triangle, but that seems meaningless in comparison to this aggression from Lava.
At least he will get some stacks. Like, he got the kill, he got the stacks, sitting at almost 2,000 gold. I want to see what his item build is going to be. I wouldn't mind seeing the Orchid build. I love it on Kunkka. Mid Kunkkas have not been going for Armlet for a long time. They need an item in between. I've seen the way Yopaj plays Kunkka. He always goes for BKB first item, but against, I think, Ember Spirit and also TB, that silence gets a lot of value.
It sure does. I mean, the TB nearly just solo killed the Viper. They needed to TP Snap and Medusa down there to save Oscar. And now Katara with that meta still going for a good 10 seconds goes top tier 1. Frank set it up for him. And then we can start moving, keeping this TB up there. Farm out the neutral camps and this triangle. So I guess Kunkka did get a little bit of revenge, that Radiant Triangle. Oh, nice slight dodge with a Remnant out. Man, Leostar just gave the middle finger to that Earth Spirit. He's pinging him like, oh yeah, I'm better than that guy.
They instantly smoke. Oscar, he
beautiful.
also wants to do something. Like, stuff like that, what they did at the start just wins them the game, pretty much. They, like, when the Rubik was bottom, they killed Viper. This is going to be the first earn charge on Viper. Post 10 minutes, and that's something you want to happen. Oh, a lot of drawing on a minimap. Medusa alone on the bottom. She could potentially die. Yeah, Leo style, he's gigantic in this game. That triple kill plus the tower that they killed, it's gonna be a very good timing on the Maelstrom.
Oh, Tombstone high ground from Katyu. As the Kunkka combo with Sladin joining, getting a dominating streak for Alone. Tombstone can be defended here. Leo and Kim are eyeing up this Kunkka. Just tap him with a sleight of fist, and that'll be that. But man, when Frank gets one of these blink daggers, which he has 3 queued up,
yeah,
he's gonna
which one do you think he's gonna buy?
The middle one. Oh, he said Medusa might die. And there's a slight change to start it off. She doesn't have Stone Gaze. 10 stick. Gets some mana back for the shield to come up. Slant in, rolling around, but Leostar still chasing. X mark into Torrent. Slight to dodge. Ooh, not quite. Leostar dropping, but he has the Remnant. Goes to his tier 1 mid lane, and he is fine.
Ooh, the poison attack will follow him.
Oh, yeah. And now he's going to be rewarded with a regen rune top, isn't he? He's pinging it, praying to RNG.
That's
Arcane
fine.
will
This
do just
is
fine.
okay. Has a TP scroll to work with. Terrorblade also gigantic. Farming in the triangle with the meta. Level 9. Yasha complete. In this game, I think he gets Manta style Scotty. And then
The game ends.
Pretty much. They're trying to invade Cat U. Breaks the smoke.
Oh, great. Great positioning from him. Tombstone, not going to live too long. The boat comes on the Undying with the kisses there as well, but now Kim and Lacoste can play the back line. They do get a 1-for-1 trade. Snap for the Undying, but Viper, being pummeled by this TB and Frank frontlining, just allows Lava to clear up the rest of Infamous. Alone also pretty low here.
Ooh, he gets him!
Leo style! He wanted to slide chains again.
I think he wanted to style on him with Slight, but got destroyed. Damage from Pakanka. It's there. He got a lot of gold, sitting at 2,000 gold at the moment. But the problem is, it was a good smoke break from Katyu to be able to plant down the Tombstone. It's just you're playing against the Snapfire, so the Tombstone is gonna die even after the Soul Rip. Okay, they're recovering slowly.
Yeah, this potential halberd on Alone's Kunkka, he's not buying out for it.
I don't like it. It's good against DB. It doesn't do anything to Ember Spirit. So I feel like sure, damage is there. Having a bit of extra regen, having a bit of a status resistance is fine. But I feel like this needed to be a different item.
Getting toyed with. Kim dodges everything. He rolls straight into Frank. Earth Spirit also has Urn queued up. Is he gonna tell the Viper to sell his Urn and have one of his own?
Viper has charges.
Radiant's middle tower is under
I hope not. You definitely don't need the 2 urns, Gary.
Curiouser and curiouser. We'll see what he does.
Man.
But Lava, invade that top jungle.
Looking at Alone's build, it's very sus. He AC against Terrorblade, especially early on. I don't think you want to give him that. Also, Kunkka, like, look at his mana pool. He doesn't have a bottle and doesn't have a mana regen item. His mana pool is very low. I just wanted this to be, because he was off to a good start, I would say, and also like got a lot from the previous fight. So
he's top of the net worth.
Yeah.
All right, definitely could be a big item. Yeah, Reflection going to give him that AC against him. And we're still waiting for this Medusa. Yeah, you can never forget about Medusa in the back pocket. Has the Manta style. We're 15 minutes in, so this is where she starts to become a little bit spooky. While Oscar gets rooted up down bottom. Leo style with the rest of the squad gather up around the Viper. Can they find any stragglers? Yeah, Axel's been spotted. Kim sees the snap. They know he's warded as well. They're even going to drop the Tombstone on the high ground to try and chase this Snapfire down. Get the vision to get the zombies going. Leo style also clearing up Sladin, and Alone is actually fighting down bottom. Snapfire should get cleared up here quite easily by the 2 supports, but Alone, he's dragged this Leo style Ember back into the boat, and he's taken him down. Another stomp from Frank, and the supports are slowly but surely gathering themselves to come with a lift to cancel the TP right on time. Kim is there, and Katyu with a slow. A torrent not working out. Was that a Rubik? That was a Rubik torrent. Yes, the torrent did work out because it was from Kim.
A lot of, like, I would say decent spell, nothing too crazy of a Rubik game, but stealing things from Viper, like Viper Strike or Nether Toxin to be able to break him, break Medusa, works really well. Break Kunkka potentially, that also works fine. But yeah, you can steal Mortimer's Kisses. Mostly it's going to be Viper. If you steal a ghost ship, that's pretty banger. Not sure if that should happen. One ward going to get dewarded.
They have the other one under a sentry as well. Undying just needs to get into position. But a silence on that Ember Spirit mid. Dodging away from spells with a sleight of fist, and even double rounding back into the middle of them. Picks up a kill on his way through. This train ain't stopping. Lava now going into Roche Pit. Are they ready for this with Meta? They sure are. Tombstone Meta, in we go. Lightstone from Leo style helping out too.
Let's see who decides to pick up Aegis. The first one, I think it should go to Leo style, but he's not in the pit, so he might not pick it up. No slots yet made for Kataro, and yeah, Leo style, he's out.
Yeah, TB moves his branch and picks up the Aegis. Now they'd love to have that tier 1 mid, which is why Infamous are 5 heroes strong all around it.
Viper, when he's not ahead, he feels like a better version of Broodmother that we have seen in the last series.
Better or worse?
Better, because Viper has BKB piercing ability, he pumps up some damage, has a break mechanic, so a bit more, I would say, that he has to offer in these fights.
There's more tools, yeah. Rubik trying to solo defend that mid tier 1 with Fade Bolt and Stolen Snake. And he will just let it fall. Inga's rune top as well. Looks like Lumiere just gonna take it himself. Well, Leo style cuts the mid wave in behind tier 2. Yu plays under his vision. Infamous not quite sure where they want to be heading. Three heroes stick mid, knowing that at any moment Lava could be coming for their towers. And Kunkka's even TPing from triangle in towards mid tier 1. He just TP'd 1,000 range to join this smoke. Undying is immediately going to break it.
On the high ground,
tombstone
he
coming.
goes.
Oh, this is perfect, but where's his team? Doesn't have anybody to back him up. So they'll kill him on his tombstone, but he broke the smoke.
Classic Undying play. You see him like miss a roll, immediately starts going towards that spot where he loves to put the tombstone. And that's what he does. Philosopher's Stone, drop for Lava. Mins Rubik snatches it immediately, fast fingers. As he should do it. You know, that those position 5s, they tend to steal it. Undying would also love to have the item. Remember when he had GPM talent as
oh man,
good old times.
Don't remind me about GPM talents were so good for position 5 players. Philosopher's Stone. It makes up a little bit for the lack of them.
We had those two at the same time, right? We had GPM talents plus Philosopher's Stone, right? We did.
I don't know.
I think
my gut response is no, but I'm very often wrong, so I'm gonna defer to your judgment and say sure.
I feel like there's been some like gold stacking. It was like the dream game. Maybe I'm wrong.
And now all you need is little kobolds with the 20 GPM.
Yeah. Farm Helm of the Dominator. Put him on top of you.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, Frank. What's he up to? He's got a BKB. He's on to 2. That chain stun now finding Kunkka as well, alone. Oh, he's in a bit of trouble. Needs to run away from those zombies. Leo style can still remnant forward. Slight and chains him in a second if he can find him. Give the vision. Oh, another remnant's needed. But he doesn't take him down. Oscar instead is going to be the casualty of war. As Affliction and Snapfire is an easy pick off for Leo style. Medusa's also got to retreat back up to her high ground. And the rest of Lava just rallying around this Aegis Terrorblade to force the glyph on the tier 2. Oh, they've got
She's
a root, they've got a
outside.
stomp.
She's alone.
Why is she outside of the base? Lumiere, awkward positioning, and that's questionable at the very best. Spirit's rolled away. Kunkka's spent his boat. Did they lift him to low ground? What happened?
I'm not sure. I thought he was okay. Maybe there was a lift because I thought she was safe. I moved my camera. Suddenly she's out of the base. Rubik with the stolen boat on top of that. Like there's just too much tankiness right now from Lava's lineup. Still Aegis on TB, Scotty done. I don't know. I'm not sure how you deal with this Terrorblade. Because this Scotty, it ruins Medusa, it ruins Viper, and also Kunkka. Kunkka, he can't move, especially if there's another like stolen Viper strike that just hurts.
And they were ready and waiting for Axel to come and try D-Ward. Leo style muddy. Ew, is he going to go for this? Slight to dodge. Well, he uses it early, gets the chains on Kunkka. Does mean a torrent lands on him. And now Lava have that top jungle to themselves. Tier 2 looks easy for Kataro. And we're still waiting for signs of life from Infamous in this series. All relying on that Lumiere Medusa. About 2 grand away from her own Skadi.
Top tower is under attack.
I think Terrorblade is a bit too fat. They also don't have like the playmaker. Kunkka without a BKB. Also very hard to deal damage in these fights. Slight, Rubik lift, any spells that he steals, Centaur. And the Centaur is also getting Heaven's Halberd after BKB. Just a great, like Skadi plus Heaven's Halberd, the 2 best items you can get pretty much against the range carries.
Infamous need to get anything they can find on the map. But the Stampede will try and get the Undying out. He gets his ulti off. Slardin's already dead. Can't still fine. He gets the Tombstone on the high ground. And now the Remnant forward allows Leo Style to chase into Axel's Snapfire. That's a good bit of damage from the little Shredder. Torrent going to land as well. Leo Style dead and doesn't even get the kill on Snap. Now maybe we can open things up for Lumiere and Oscar. Oh, never mind. Just kidding. It's a Terrorblade with a Skadi. Shredding through your Viper. Now a Stone Gaze. Splits the fight. But Alone's Kunkka's been lifted back into the Stomper Frank. Kataro does have a Sunder, but no one high enough HP for him to really use it on. Alone disarms him. So a bit of back and forth there between the 2 squads. Infamous, you know, not too sad about how that all went, killing off the Ember Spirit and losing their Snap.
Yeah, Kataro a bit too deep. Also, he's refusing to buy BKB on the Ember Spirit. A lot of greedy build in this particular game. Like, just doesn't want to get it. There's X mark the spot. There's Cookie, spells from Earth Spirit. A bit too much, I would say. Also surprised Infamous decided to take fight after they killed Ember Spirit, because there was still Tombstone on the high ground. Like, you kill one hero, if you can't deal with the Tombstone plus Skadi and the Reflection, your heroes are not going to move in the fights.
It doesn't look like Lava are going to take their foot off the pedal anytime soon. 45 seconds until Roche fast spawn. They can gather themselves up and stop any way for Infamous to get in here. Axel now trying to scout with his courier. Not falling for the same trap twice in a row.
AC done on Kunkka, which means free AC from the Reflection.
Skadi on Dusa. Earth Spirit trying to get BKB, obviously decided not to go for the second urn.
Speaking of BKB, even Leo Style decided to get one.
Very nice. But what do you do when you're stuck in your base like this? You're hemmed in, you've been broken, beaten.
You use smoke.
Your smoke
it gets
is
broken by Frank.
Oh, he does get slowed by the Skadi. Doesn't stomp. They do have a Tombstone on the high ground as well now, so they stampede back in onto Lumiere. The Terrorblade focusing towards Oscar, pops his BKB, and the damage is substantial, but not enough to get the kill. Oscar on like 50 health.
That's
himself
BKB
to Fountain.
From Terrorblade. A bit premature, I would say. But now, let's see how they approach. I don't think they can go for the high ground without meta. The meta is up in 5 seconds. Ooh, roll misses.
Nice force. Yeah, the full staff got the Terrorblade out of there. And in comes Frank again. Blinking, stomping. He's broken under that nether toxin, but they've got Slardin. Good train back, though, as maybe the Terrorblade in trouble as well. Sunder. Oh, he's torrented and dead. His kill streak's gone down the drain, and Infamous fighting back and defending their high ground. Katyu goes for the TP, and there are no stuns until Cookie. There's damage, though. Ooh. Come back time.
Spicy, a little bit throwy by Lava. I like it. You know, keep things interesting. They definitely should have not went for the high ground, especially after losing the Centaur and also like the nicely timed Torrent, so he could not get the Sunder off. Fortunately for them, there's not going to be a Roche spawn for another 50 seconds, so they can try to stall a little bit, wait for meta to come online. Dusa is getting items.
Yeah, 3,500 net worth swing from that fight helps tremendously. Kunkka's also closing in on his BKB. This Halberd AC BKB starts to look less awkward as the game progresses.
Kunkka's level 15
What?
talent is such a weird one. 25x marks the spot move speed. It's just like...
Have you ever seen
No.
anyone take it?
No, probably it happened in the pub where people wanted to check, like, what the hell is this? What does it even do? Doesn't make much
That's
sense
weird.
compared to like torrent damage. Like,
Courier has been
speaking of the late game, you want to get that Aghanim Scepter as well from mid Kunkka, because you have a hard time dealing right clicks. So you need to find a way. Smoke from lava.
And Roshan is alive. Infamous have triple warded their jungle. They've got vision absolutely everywhere. But they don't see Roche Pit, and they don't see mid lane. And more importantly, they don't see any heroes from lava showing on the map. Very patiently, just standing their ground. So if lava were in the pit, they would just have allowed Roshan to be taken. They now do know where Cat Yu is.
Dire are scanning.
Probably have a pretty good idea of what vision lava have as well. And they've learned from their mistakes. They don't want to fight around these high ground
Dire's
areas that
has been killed.
Mr. Cat Yu can put his tombstone on top of.
They want to see heroes. They want to see heroes show on the lanes if they want to go inside the pit. Thorblade now with the BKB to be able to get rid of those silences, stuns. Getting closer to level 20 as well on top of it.
Being gifted a free Roshan. What's the reason Infamous don't want to fight? They just know they're so far behind, not confident in fighting outside of base?
Yeah, I think they want the high ground defense where they like overextend, they get kicked underneath the like tier 3s, possibly tier 4s, and Medusa just feels super good at defending that. They just smoked. I don't think they should take the fight outside of the base right now.
It looks like they might just go for it. They've drawn the line back up towards their vision.
Climb the high
They want
ground.
to play under observers, but alone has the BKB to dodge the stomp. Does get the X onto Frank, looking for the torrent now. Connects, but no follow through. As Infamous, the Earth Spirit got changed up here by Leo Style. A roll out, and he is away. At top and mid lane, on the doorstep of the Dire base. And bot lane going to get pushed by Leo Style as well, as he can rejoin the fight. With just a quick remnant back.
Boots of Bearing.
His remnant is under an observer.
Yeah. Boots of Bearing, sorry Gary, this is great item against Viper and just Earth Spirit. You can be slowed down for a second and a half.
Unslowable Undying. That's going to allow him to position his tombstone even better. Ooh. They see them. Quick attempt on the outpost, then run away. Does enable Cat Yu there to go get the D-ward, so vision from Infamous is reduced.
Thorblade was really thinking about his next item. It was supposed to be Hurricane Pike, then was thinking about getting a Butterfly. So Medusa showing up her Eagle Song, and then switches things around. Needs to be able to pierce through that evasion. In the end, decides to get MKB. I feel like he's a little low on an HP, so might need to have that Scotty to be able to have like that second life and also have another way of dispelling things.
Get like a Satanic or something on TV.
Yeah. Satanic just feels really good. Gives him that tankiness, survivability. Medusa dishing out some really nice damage.
Yeah, she's getting scary, that's for damn sure. Now, only about 2,000 net worth behind the Terrorblade, so they've evened out, thanks to Lumiere being handed all of the farm on the map. And Kunkka has pretty much finished his item build now. Got the BKB, and he's like, I'm done. X Mark will take him away from danger, but he doesn't get to clear the wave or the TB illusion.
They have no Yield Scepter to mess up with the X Mark. Rubik has a shard. There's Philosopher's Stone kicking in. Blink, Force Staff, Lens, and now he changes things up. He had Aghanim Scepter, but seems like he does want to have something against Kunkka's X-Mark to spot play, because it feels like they're going to be stuck in the base for a long time. Right now, Lava farming up the whole map.
Yeah, the absolute entirety of it. Leo Star's in triangle. He's been like pushing bot, remnanting back into mid. Can always join those fights. TB, yeah, 2 minutes on Aegis, but it's very, very tentative here from Lava. They want someone to come out of the base. They want to try and break that buyback barrier. Get a kill, force them to buy back, give them a win condition on one of these core heroes, and then close it out. Look at that. Cat U is saying, hey, look at all this unused real estate. All of this farm down in that bottom portion of the map. Yep. 6 creep camps untouched. Someone go farm it.
Use that. Terrorblade can farm that with the Conjure Image, because the illusion duration is 44 seconds with level 20 talent. So those illusions have enough time to get there. Especially if he plays enemy triangle.
I guess right now he's just using them to keep these waves crashing against the infamous base.
I don't feel like they're going to go for the high ground with this Aegis. It feels like they want to get more. They want to get the other heroes more farmed.
Yeah, get a refresher orb on your Undying. More tombstones, please.
Undying talents are so good. Like zombie damage, tombstone on that level 20, reincarnation.
Reincarnation's so powerful.
You die,
like when they
tombstone, die again, tombstone, drop tombstone in between.
Buy back, and then go die again.
Insane hero. When it comes to the talent, yeah, the problem is like you don't have tools to get there.
Yeah, you don't have stuns, you don't really have slows. No flash farming. Yeah, when they added that reincarnation talent, I thought it was genuinely straight up busted.
Look at him go on the top lane. Look at that tombstone drop.
Clear that top wave. I've seen my fair share of Undying or just tombstone jungling. You know, stack up some ancient, stack your triangle, put tombstone in the middle.
That's fine.
Easy
if you're
money.
Farming with your carry. That's completely fine, but
sure.
You need
my carry.
Look at me, I'm the carry now.
Yeah. And a Philosopher's Stone drops. Oh, money. Yeah, this is very, very systematic from Lava. They've got plenty of downtime here. They're not under any threat. You know, a worst case scenario, like an Undying dies, and you're like, whatever, we don't care. Our TB, Centaur, and Ember Spirit are all completely free farming. And even the Rubik now ahead of the Viper in net worth. And the Dire haven't moved out of their base in about a minute and a half. Trapped behind tier 3s. Oh, Axel can't even kill TV illusions. Very difficult. Actually, Snapfire has a Helm of the Dominator queued. What's that for?
I think it's for that Harpy creep. To be able to scout things out.
Vision.
Yeah, that creep is straight up imbalanced. I've seen this on position 4 Skywrath Mage. Like if you watch European DPC, Skywrath Mage, Blink Dagger, Helm of the Dominator. Which looks like griefing, but it's not. It's actually not.
It's a Chen item build.
Pretty much. They can also get Alpha Wolf, put it inside the base. It just works really well.
That's what I thought. That was my first thought, was Alpha Wolf with Medusa. But yeah, Harpy Creep is so good with that scouting ability.
Problem is, how do you get out of the base and get that creep?
I don't know, honestly. Just, I don't know, hope that Katara stays on the high ground. There's a Harpy Creep down in that bottom Radiant jungle. I scan the top jungle, and they see red. This has got to be such a pain in the backside. Like, Radiant have an observer board in the Dire base as well, right at the very top. So they see Oscar. They know their hero is just in this base waiting. Lumiere's Silver Edge. Trying to show it off here. Maybe with a go on Frank. Doesn't want to Doesn't want to commit for it. And again, we return to the situation where Infamous have to do something. Lacoste is going to start poking you with his stick in a second.
Pretty much.
But you smoked.
But there's the smoke. Not yet, Gary. Not yet.
Yep.
We still have some time.
We do. They're moving. Coming out of their shell after turtling up for a good 5 minutes. Man, it has been years since I've said turtling in Dota 2. Holy shit. Wow.
Turtle Dota. Brings back the memories. You know, Lich.
Sniper Troll Juggernaut.
Hit of malice. Like, you couldn't push the base. There was like pit covering the whole entrance. Can't get in. Shaker with the blocks and stuff. It's always been hard.
So many tools to use. Oh, hello. They see Alone. They don't. They do? Yeah, we do. We go for him. We force the BKB. All right. Well, that's a small victory for Lava. Double damage rune spawned bottom as well. Well, Viper, Oscar, he's seen the green grass on the other side of the river. He's got some farm for himself.
He's getting that juicy farm. Problem is they were also farming those spots, but he got out. My man escaped the prison.
I don't know how he's done that, but Affliction found by Leo Style and Cat U. Easy as you like, dead Snapfire, and actually dead for 40 seconds with no buyback. Trying to buy out. Oh, great move in from Leo Style.
Good
Slide
kick.
in.
Great kick.
Joins the Snapfire. And now Tombstone with the DD Terrorblade are only tier 3. That's all they needed, a couple of quick picks, and we're breaking open the base. A boat comes crashing on, the Tombstone's being focused by Alone, the Blink Stomp is in onto the Kunkka, and they know he has no BKB. That's why Lumiere has to Stone Gaze. Scardy slow onto Leo Style, the Torrent there as well. They see him, they've got vision.
In.
He's lost his life as Leo Style, but you're right, this Terrorblade is too damn powerful. Alone is reflected and slain with a double going to Kataro. Now the Medusa's in trouble, losing all of her mana in a matter of seconds, and she's disarmed. Can't even launch a projectile to save her life. Triple buyback for Infamous, and the racks are still standing.
Oh, they're
but
fine with that.
This is the win condition that Lava wanted to open up to themselves.
Even without a TB, I think it's very, very hard for them to take that fight. And now Medusa forced to use the buyback. Thing is, I'm not sure what this Silver Edge is for. I would prefer if this is like straight up damage. There's nothing really out there to break. Daedalus, maybe even get the like a Hurricane Pike possibly and try to farm a Rapier. Because they definitely are in that spot right now where they can't just itemize what you would normally buy. You need to start thinking differently, and we can see that. Alone, he bought back, was trying to get the Aghanim Scepter, doesn't have enough gold, knows that he can't farm it, use up the shard immediately. The pullback into kick, possibly when they're defending the high ground.
Just buy what you can right here, right now, because there's 45 seconds for Roshan to come back. We know that, the teams don't. That's why Alone is just sitting there.
Yeah, this is why they're professional players and we're analysts, you know. We know more. Yeah, exactly. Nah, you have a better point. I was just being sarcastic for the people out there so no one gets offended. We need extra help.
The roll from Sladin. He's BKB'd up and they're trying to focus Kataro and Frank, but they have magic immunity themselves. So Magnetize, Kisses both thrown into the mix. No kills gained. Roshan 10 seconds away from returning to his cave. That was also Tombstone used as well, so Cat U doesn't have that for the next team fight. But you look at the map and you think mid lane pushed, bot lane pushed, top lane, there's a TB illusion there ready to push. Infamous, it's not so easy just to go all in on this Roshan, but they do have vision with a Centaur inside.
That's the power of the Helm of the Dom. He's trying to get a better creep, but the camps are very limited what he can get.
Everything belongs to the Medusa at this point.
Also, I think Puppy has done that the other day, where, I mean, it was a different game, but he built Helm, and then used Fire Snap Cookie on a Centaur into another stun.
Well, that Stolen Torrent looked pretty nice. Kim sets it up onto Alone and Lumiere, forcing that boat. Again, just an early defensive one from Alone, trying to get that tidal wave to drag someone back. It wasn't to be. And while that's all happening, like Leo style, yeah, again, he returns bottom lane. He goes bot, returns mid. Goes bot, returns mid.
Level
Constant
25.
pressure on this dire base.
Double slight immediately kills the creep wave. Has a shard, has Ags, those fire remnants are gonna hurt and they're gonna stack up if he's close those kills. Yeah, they cannot defend this. They will get the double observer ward kill, so they have no vision except that one little observer ward in their own jungle near the outpost.
That's all they've got. And it's not enough to contest Roshan.
Refresher.
Aegis for TB.
Refresher on Ember Spirit. Aegis for TB. Holding on to Spider Legs right now because he does not have a slot for his neither Power Treads nor Monkey King bar.
Completely run out of slots. Yeah, I mean, it must be time to sell the treads by now.
Nah, he's okay for now.
What do we got? Ascetics Cap, Spell Prism, Tier 4 items for the Radiant. Medusa has a Rapier queued up, and that really feels like the only way back into this. They've got all their Tier 4 items already. Dire have been very, very focused on killing neutrals, while the Radiant focused on Roshan, on objectives. Quick disarm onto TB slows this down. Doesn't look like Medusa's going to be coming to defend top anytime soon.
Dire's top barracks.
Try and chip away here at Lava. Slow things a little bit. Allow them to take the top barracks, but maybe defend your mid.
Dire's top barracks has
First set
fallen.
of barracks gone. We'll continue on the range barracks on the mid lane. Medusa is going for that rapier after finishing the pike. We'll sell the treads and we'll have it.
Yeah, she has Rapier. Is it going to be enough? That's a good tidal wave. Torrent also there. Terrorblade's Aegis about to be claimed up. Yeah, first life gone. The Blink Stomp though onto Slardin allows him to pick off the Earth Spirit. He does have buyback and will use it immediately. Terrorblade on another torrent on him. Reflects back towards them. The BKBs come. Kataro needs to Sunder. He'll get it on a Medusa Illusion, unfortunately. And it looks like Kataro dead to Lumiere's Rapier. The high ground defense of this Medusa proving problematic for
It was
Lava at this
such a
point.
clutch timing. They actually like just had enough gold to buy that Divine Rapier. Greatly timed the boat onto the Terrorblade, and he felt like I need some help. I think there should have been some help from Rubik with either a Force Staff or Telekinesis pushback with the Shard upgrade.
Shard, yeah.
Yeah, and they need to take care of him. And also when he wanted to use the Sunder, both of them, both Earth Spirit and Kunkka, popped BKBs, so he could not have a target. I think he sundered Medusa's Illusion in the end.
He did. Yeah, Medusa's Illusion got sundered. And Kataro definitely can bleed. Still got to deal with super creeps top. Range racks bottom did die as well. But Lumiere's Medusa, 44 minutes. She's online. Finally able to stand her ground and fight. So what's the approach for Lava now? You lose the Aegis. You know that Medusa has Rapier.
They
You try and all in on her?
Yeah, I know. I think they need to like disarm her with the Heaven's Halberd, deal with the rest, and then jump to Medusa. They need to be able to get in and out of the fight because they are respecting this Stone Gaze quite a lot. Medusa does have that 25 talent, split shot uses modifiers. I feel like they should try to go for a fight. Terrorblade, what is he looking for? He's looking for a shard, doesn't have a buyback. We'll have it. Ember does. So I think they should, and like the longer you wait, I don't think like the things get easier for you because she has that rapier right now.
The Dire scan connects as well, so they know Lava are on their way in towards this Dire vision. Good torrent. Infamous don't collapse onto the Ember though.
Alone has that
ward.
Aghanims now, so disrupting the backlines or just getting a random torrent on TB that's about to sunder could change things quite a lot.
Yeah, absolutely can. But we are perpetually in this situation with 3 lanes going into Infamous's base. Leo Star's map maneuverability, obviously pivotal in that, as well as the TB illusions. So Lava can just pick a spot on the map that they want to create a base camp, sit around, wait for Infamous to come out and meet them. What a funny old game we found ourselves in. 35 to 15, 30k net worth lead, but Medusa Rapier.
She wants to get Aghanim Scepter next, which is good. Like the Mystic Snake bounces with turning them into the stone, amplifying the physical damage. Works really well, but I want to see them go for that high ground. I mean, this is what they can do. Poke slowly. Not sure if it changes like too much, considering you have Medusa and Kunkka, these 2 heroes clear. Even if you're playing against the Mega Creeps, I don't think they care too much about it.
Yeah, I don't think so either. I can just insta-clear these Mega Creep waves, if they ever come. And TB's illusion is doing some pretty good work on that bottom tier 3. Needs to be dealt with before it falls.
Terrorblade shows his butterfly. Medusa instantly queues up MKB.
So does she sell the Silver Edge now, or what's the plan?
I think she can like use Manta Style and then put in MKB. I wasn't a big fan of this Silver Edge to start with, so might need to swap this. Because Butterfly stays, Rapier stays, so does Skadi.
Yeah.
Hurricane Pike, you don't have any move speed neutral item, so that's kind of a bummer. I think she would definitely keep one of that instead, just to be able to maneuver inside it. And what did she sell? She just sold something, Gareth.
Well, it wasn't the Manta or the Hurricane Pike or the Silver Edge, which...
Wait, what did she sell?
Oh
I actually don't know. Tell me.
I can't remember.
Production, can we have...
Panel production, please. What did she just have? My brain is lagging so hard.
If we can show what Medusa had.
Butterfly.
Okay, yeah. Makes sense, because he has a Monkey King bar, and that butterfly is not gonna do that much. Okay.
So now does Kataro sell his MKB now and buy a rapier or something himself? He doesn't need the MKB anymore.
He can put the MKB in the backpack, I guess.
Buy Daedalus.
It's still damage.
Daedalus
it's
time.
still TB damage.
Double damage rune. There's a DD rune top. Who's gonna get it? Nobody sees it. Infamous still trying to play under their vision. Yeah, we've got the gem active. Giving that high ground vision to remove it. And once again, Infamous blind outside of their base. We've only got 20 more minutes of this. Holding high ground.
There was too much stuff
Forever.
happening. That's why we missed what she has sold.
Too many creeps being killed.
Yeah, and next Roche may respawn in a second. Let's see the spawn. 50 seconds, not too bad.
I just found it so funny. It's like, this item stays, this item stays, this item stays, the other 3 can go. And then she sells one of the items that stays,
it makes
and we have
sense.
no idea what it was.
It does make sense. It's
It
3
does.
a.m. here in Europe, but no, I'm on a different sleep schedule. I have no excuse, but yeah, I should have noticed that.
I just have a tiny, tiny brain with no wrinkles in it. Oh, this hero melee creep, super melee creep. Go on. Axel, deny the DD rune. Oh, he sees it. Hello.
No.
Oh, he changed. Oh!
Murdered
So close,
by
yet
the
so far.
chains. He was ready. He was ready to use the fire remnant. He does have a bottle. He still has refresher shard from the previous Roche. So I guess he's gonna give that bottle to Terrorblade. Yeah. Or not.
Oh, and
It was
an
about to
illusion.
expire. There was not enough time. The rune just spawned.
Just take it and go. Roshan's up. I don't think they saw it. Leostal was hovering around the pit, but walked out of it when the big man came. Kim with stolen X mark and stolen split shot. playing around with himself. Just like when you're a support in this kind of situation, even the offlaner, like Frank is sitting in the trees just waiting to break smoke. Undying and Rubik are roaming around just casting their spells on shit. Oh look, Roshan's alive. We can do some stuff.
Does the big man have Aghanims?
Everything.
Cheese refresher. I guess this axe goes to Terrorblade.
Refresher Undying, because we never used that first refresher shard or cheese. They're both on Leo style.
Okay, they're gonna keep one refresher on a centaur. It's not as good as it's used to be, because the damage reduction before was 40%. Now it's 30%. It does apply a leech mechanic, so that's something.
When Lacoste doesn't like something, he says, "That's something." Yep.
That's
sure is.
Something before, I think initially when it was introduced, it was 60 or 60%. Oh, yes,
it may have been 70. It was definitely 60 at one point. It was big numbers.
There we go. Stolen X marks the spot with meta. It's that type of a game, Gary.
It really is.
Do they have a Yule Scepter? They do not.
So he uses real meta there, right?
Yes.
He hasn't used Terror Wave. So that's 2 minutes now.
X mark.
Nice smoke in. And behind the TB, they're stampeding forward. They spawn out the Medusa. They're onto Lumiere, ramping forward, and the Terror Wave, the fear, everything onto this Medusa to try and bring her down. She's half HP with the full staff away. Still alive, Lumiere. Can we get some hits out? We absolutely cannot. She's dead, and Rapier's on the floor. Frank is still BKB'd up. Can't running back as well. And Leo Style is sprinting away from danger. They do get the catch on Frank at the very least.
My precious.
And Lumiere has that precious Rapier once more. No buildings fall.
Yeah, good play from the centaur. Blinks in, uses the Hex, refreshes, uses the Hex again, and they take down Medusa. He does have buyback in 2,000 gold, so that's gonna have to wait for a little bit.
Who does?
Oh, Centaur. He doesn't have a buyback right now. Just not enough gold. So this buyback was pinged out. They're keeping a track. Medusa doesn't have a shard yet.
I mean, at this point, all you've got to do is kill the Medusa. You win the game. Easy. Is that Eon Disc the Medusa's buying as well? What's that going there?
Yeah, it seems like it.
Doesn't want to get jumped and
a problem is they have like Cookie, they have a 4-stab from Viper. Earth Spirit is very under farm. We're talking about 53-minute game, and he has half of the gold for Aghanim Scepter. That would have been a great save. They have no Lotus Orb. That's also very good to precast it. Great against the Sunder. 45,000 net worth lead right now.
Yeah, we just saw the graph pop up.
Yeah, refresher done on Terrorblade. Rubik still has that X mark.
98% win probability. 45k net worth difference. There's like a 4,000 experience difference. 18 level advantage that adds up to. So like level 29 Leo style, level 27 TB. Getting closer and closer to 30s. But buildings are still being defended. Mid-rack standing. Bot racks finally killed off. The ranged one at the very least. Little by little. Openings for lava.
They have the double hex one on Rubik as well. This gold coming up from the Philosopher's Stone made him very rich. About to hit level 25. I don't want to do the math, Gary. That's what, extra 80. That's 80 per 10 minutes. When did he get it? At let's say 20-minute mark. So like half a big item gold.
It's a lot of money. Free cash. Oh, Leo style? What's he up to? What's he up to? In the dire base, BKBs and runs away. I think everyone's having some issues with this game. What's going on? What's our
They
plan?
don't know how to close it out.
How
They're
do we
trying.
close it out?
The catapults are coming in.
We've got Scythe of Ice on Kim's Rubik, so now we've got that Blink Hex on him, Blink Hex on Centaur. You mentioned that Refresher Orb on the Terrorblade as well, so double BKB, Double Terror Wave potentially as well. And Radiant, they're all 6-slotted. Even the Undying has some items.
Yeah, we said we want to see this Undying gets level 25. It might happen. As Heaven's Halberd as well, they have 2 Halberds against Medusa as well. It's very tough for Medusa to like carry this if they just throw everything at her. She does have that Eon Disc disassembled, so we'll pop it. Mid-fight, swap in her Hurricane Pike.
I like the way you say Hurricane. It's very
unique,
very posh.
Balkan, yeah.
No, I don't know. I wouldn't say it's Balkan. When you say it, it reminds me of like upper class English accent.
Oh,
hello,
yeah.
I have a Hurricane Pike. Would you like it?
We gentlemen,
yes.
I studied at Oxford, Gary. That's why.
Oh yes, Professor Lacoste.
Oh, yeah, is
Man,
there
if
a
I had
creep?
you as a teacher.
Is there a creep
they're
in the
gonna
base?
catch.
They found Snapfire.
Dead without buyback. Is there a creep in the base? What, in the Radiant base? Or?
No, in the Dire base. I was looking at the Helm of the Dominator. I can't find anything. Problem is he can't leave the base.
He's just picking up super creeps wherever he possibly can. Oh, more damage on the melee barracks. Away we go.
Dire's courier has been
A courier snipe as well. Slardin loses his courier as he was trying to get a Lotus Orb. Dead to the Terrorblade. So 30 seconds where you've got a 5v4. But Medusa is still out there. She's invis. Let's not forget the damage that Rapier outputs. So Kataro, Terror Waves, goes up high ground, reflects the Kunkka, now the Blink Stomp, the Hexes come, 4 staff away,
Eon
the
Disc
Medusa
proc.
Eon Disc is up as well. Lumiere reassembles it, now turns to fight. The melee Rax is still standing as Kataro needs to BKB and run, but no, they turn and they battle on in, Leo style, diving deep. But they don't get the catch on Medusa. Slardin is the only casualty. Flies back immediately, and the buildings somehow weathering the storm. Bottom will finally... No, never mind, there's a glyph.
They pop
Finally
it. Refresher
nothing.
from Kataro, ready to go in. One more
Oh,
time with
yes.
the Terror Wave. I think these buildings are finally gonna go down.
They've killed the building. They've killed the building. Melee Rax down. Skadi slow and a side device again. Medusa gets maneuvered away from danger. They do have that tidal wave as well. Where's that X mark going? He's drawing pictures on the map with the X mark remnants, but now the lift away. Terrorblade claims that final barracks. They've got mega creeps on their side, and they all retreat. Time to wait for the next Roshan.
Man, look at Rubik. He has Tidal Wave on 9 seconds cooldown with the Octarine and the Talent. And also has a Torrent Storm. Okay,
He's a
wait
better Kunkka
for
than Kunkka
next
is.
Roche. Don't let them get out of the base. Farm those tier 5 items. Don't let them get tier 5 items for themselves. Medusa doesn't still have buyback for a minute and 20 seconds.
They've lifted her to low ground. There's no Terrorblade here. Kataro is a mile away. Frank, he's trying. Slardin has a BKB. Kunkka's
Okay, what
gone
the hell
very
is
deep
this?
in here. The torrent storms are all over the place. There's just torrents flying everywhere. It's a water park. No one dies. Oscar and Slardin are back to the high ground. BKB TP from the Viper as well.
It's very hard to see what's going on with all these torrents popping. Oh, the Tidal Wave. Kataro's in the base, but has that spider legs.
Scurrying back down to the low ground. 60 minutes about to hit. Tier 5 items are not far away.
Lumiere is pinging out their triangle. Ancient Camp. We need tier 5 items.
What's the best one here for the Medusa? Like, I don't care about any of the other Dire heroes.
Oh, does she need more? I mean, for her, I think Apex, because her armor is right now what she has 69% physical resist. I'm not making this up, Gary. I'm not.
Nice.
If we hover over Medusa, it's actually 69. Very nice. And maybe not Apex then, because it's
The
gonna
Observer
ruin
sees
it.
65.
Now let's see.
I see 69. Tooltips are fun. Frank, straight over the top of the Snapfire. Axel's glimmered himself. Medusa trying to fight into Frank here, but disarmed, and they'll lose their snap in a second. Ooh, that Remnant is a tasty one if he wants to jump to it, because Katyush giving chase in onto the Medusa. This Undying is incredibly aggressive, getting hit and crit by the Medusa, but he pops his cheese. Back to full HP. A buyback and the kisses from the Snapfire. The Viper returns to the battle, but the reflection, a big one onto the three of them, zones away Infamous and makes sure there's no continuation of the fight.
Yeah, we need those items. Give me those items right now. We can see Ember Spirit.
Bring back the Ballista.
Yeah, look at him trying to farm up the items. Doesn't find anything even on the ancient creep camps. Of the Shadows, Seer Stone. Seer Stone, very good on Rubik. Book of the Shadows. Great save.
Garbage.
No, it's a good item. I like it. This is very like high skill because it's like using Astral. You can't be like targeted by anything, and you're disarmed. So you can and it also applies a basic dispel. So that's good. Okay, this is nice for Terrorblade if he wants to use the Force Boots as another way of like saving himself instead of using the Spider Legs. Let's see if
Who do you want to use that kind of Shadow Realm on from the Book of the Dead? Do you put it on Medusa
you
to
can
stop
use it
her
on
attacking?
Medusa. Yeah, you can save people.
Yeah.
Give them a bit more time to react, and you can also just use it on Medusa and disarm her. Mirror Shield. They don't have too many stuff to proc the Mirror Shield with, so it doesn't get too much value. X marks the spot is okay, but just doesn't feel really that good right now. I mean, Medusa is holding on to tier 3 item at the moment. It's Elven Tunic. She didn't find anything better.
I've noticed recently, games that go this long, people not buying moon shards. Like, I've just seen a Terrorblade with 15,000 gold saved by a full Bloodthorn. He has 11k still in the bank, and no moon shard. Ember Spirit's the same. He's got 13,000 gold. He could finish his Mjolnir. He's buying Dagon 5, apparently.
Here we go. Dagon 5. That's why. Give me that Undying level 25. I want to see the reincarnation.
Is there a tome in stock? Where's the tome? Give me XP. Who is Viper striking? Is that Rubik? Oh, Rubik stole it. That's what it is. Well. Here we are yet again.
This is big.
If you've just joined us, this is part 3.
This is where the fun starts. If you just joined.
This is the Return of the King and the extended version of Lord of the Rings. Taking the hobbits to Isengard. Now we're trying to figure out how to get to Mount Doom and chuck the ring in the fiery pit.
It really looked like Dyer's Ancient looked like Mount Doom.
Yeah. The glowing eye.
So Fallen Sky, Overwhelming Blink on a Centaur. Has a Refresher Shard.
Rapier on
Terrorblade has a Bloodthorn on top of it. He has way too many items.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 slotted. He needs a lone druid bear. Just go buy a spirit bear from the side shop. Put some items on him. I'm still not quite sure what to do with themselves. Oh, look at that gem AoE. Holy shit.
Oh, that's Seer Stone.
The Seer Stone, yeah. Man, I never considered that.
It's huge.
Telekinesis into Hex. There's slight chains. Can he get any spells off, or is BKB being zapped by the Dagon? But they're trying to go on the Medusa as well at the same time. Frank made the jump. Trying to disengage now. Ooh, re-engage with a TB. Terror Wave. Force the BKB out of alone. Boats are crashing down onto them. And they've got the Medusa stunned up again. The boat from Rubik landing on. The Eondis comes out, you're right. But she's disarmed. It looks like she's going to get chased down. They need more control on this Lumiere Medusa. The Stone Gaze is going. The kisses are landing. They've killed off the Undying, but he's got reincarnation, and the blink stop misses. Frank whiffs it. They've got the buyback on Dusha as well. The Stolen Kisses now landing on the Snapfire as zombies are spawning out of this tombstone from Katyu.
Medusa's disarmed again.
Reclaimed by the Medusa as Terrorblade's Aegis taken out by Alone's Kunkka. Refresher up. He's got BKB ready with a Terror Wave and Meta to go as well. There's like 6 fights going on all at the same time, but they've lost Viper and he's dead for 2 minutes. No buyback on Oscar, and another Terror Wave Hex on the Medusa.
Yeah,
this is what they need to finish the game.
Buyback. He used it.
They can't bring Kunkka back. Medusa chain stunned into oblivion. They've got so many ways to kite, control, and kill Lumiere. Well, her entire squad in disarray. Sladin's Earth Spirit hit by that Stone Snake, and the throne is open. They want to kill this Medusa before they finish the game. They desperately dive in the fountain to kill her off, and GG is called. 65 minutes. They had a 50k lead for like 40 of those minutes. Infamous held on for so long.
Yeah, we, at the start of the game, we said we're going to be here for 60 minutes. It's Medusa against the Terrorblade. Was not.
Why did I open my mouth?
Was not disappointed. I feel like they could have closed out this game a bit earlier, especially when they killed Medusa with no buyback. They were just a bit too afraid. Like Roshan, Aegis, like post 50 minutes, it doesn't matter that much. You can see the heroes running out of the slots anyway. But yeah, in the end, they get them. Lava 2-0, Infamous, good performance game one. Second game, I think they needed to just get a bit more courage and go for that high ground push.
Well, there we have it. A 2-0 victory. I think we've talked this one to death, Lacoste, so it's back to Dan and the boys on the panel. In a second or two, because they need to get themselves ready after that enormous victory.
Yeah, they got surprised.
Lava.
They're like, man, this game? What do you mean?
Like, it's going to end soon, right? I need to go pee. It's going to end soon, right? No, 10 minutes later, it's still going. Right, Dan and the panel should be ready for you to take you through it.
Well, Lava are finally going to prevail in a game that was poised on a rapier's edge. 82k gold lead there for Lava at the end, and a 65-minute game. Duster, how do you summarize such a game?
To me, biggest mistake gotta be this Viper pick just didn't pay off, and it caused this game to go for 1 hour. They picked this Viper to win his lane and kind of snowball, and then TB got free farm. TB was even taking towers instead of a Viper. So yeah, just the way Infamous draft played just delayed this game so much, and I didn't see how they would win just delaying.
Lelis, do you think Lava could have closed that out slightly earlier?
Yeah, there were a couple mistakes when they went high ground. I think TB died once. He wanted to go high ground. They played it pretty well, I think. They made some mistakes, of course, but I think they were very patient. They waited for the Roches, and they went. Maybe at the end there, they could have done a little bit more with the Terror Wave instead of waiting so much. But for sure, they could have closed it out earlier.
82k gold lead must be close to being a record. I'm sort of some statistician. Can any of you think of any games that were a larger lead than that? Because I can't off the top of my head.
I played one.
Right now.
You've played one.
I played once back when I played for Avan Liberty. I think we played some BTS tournament. RDO was my carry, so that explains. We had something like 70k gold lead. I think he was playing Sven.
Well, 70 is lower than 80. So that's basic numbers. But anyway, excellent game there. Really, any final thoughts on that? Hard to summarize such a long one, Lelis. Any final thoughts?
Final thoughts are, I think Lava played really well. I think they drafted well. I think they had this game from the lanes. And last game, I also thought they just outdrafted Infamous. So I think they were the superior team in this series. Infamous kind of a little bit all around. The first draft wasn't really that good. I liked the base defense in the second game, though. It was pretty good. But they for sure need to make some adjustments going forward.
Duster, do Lava look back in form for you?
Yeah, I loved both their drafts. They completely outdrafted Infamous, in my opinion, in these two games. And yeah, this new Infamous roster, it's not looking as good as the other one, I must say.
Well, there we go.
And we're watching a very inspired Lava. It's good to see these boys back. I have huge respect for them, and they are playing like they should.
Well, I'm sure we're all delighted to see Lava back on top form. They're going to be challenging for the top 2 spots now, sitting in 2-1 in the South American DPC. Lots of exciting games to come. We're going to say good night for now, or good afternoon. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you very shortly.